Papa? Alexis, say Papa.
Papa.
Look, Alexis. Look, who's that? You gonna help Papa Sean talk about French press this week? You gonna do it? You gonna do it? Okay, push. Push. Whoop. Parlez-vous, oui oui, croissant, derrière. Yeah, that's all the French I know. This week, episode 2, we are going to discuss Le French press. Now, even though it's called the French press, it was originally patented by the Italians in 1929. Kind of like they say they had the first Eiffel Tower, even though there's one down the road at Kings Dominion and one in Ohio. So maybe it's the Italian press, whatever. We call it the French press. I guess we'll stick with that. Okay, so laid out on the counter, I have all the accoutrements. I don't know if that's French or not, but it sounds French. That we're going to use today. We have the French press. So the standard French press has the pressee, the presser, I don't know what you call that. And here's the thing that makes me want to not use the French press very much, because it's kind of a pain in the tail to clean. I have some scoops. I have a scale because we got to measure it. And this one has the metric setting because being a French press, they use metric. We don't use metric because we're Americans. But everything that you look up about the French press is all going to be in metric, so we'll talk in grams. We also have, and I'm going to show you how to use, is the AeroPress, spelled AeroPress. This is the handy dandy carrying case in case you ever wanted to take this along with you, because I take mine everywhere. So we're also going to do the AeroPress because it's much less of a pain in the tail to clean. I have a grinder and we have a kettle. Makes it easier to boil the water for the pressing of the French. Okay, so at this point I would normally put on my beret, but since no one's worn one since Prince sang about it in 1985, except for the Army, I couldn't get any of my Army friends to answer me. We'll go without the beret today, but we're going to start off by grinding the coffee. And we grind it a little more coarse. So I've set it to coarse here, and we're going to hit go, so it's going to make a little bit of noise. That beautiful sound. Wee wee. Turn the water on when that's happening. Okay, that's enough of that. All right. So if you see in there, you can see that nice and coarse ground. The theory being that you have to have a lot more surface area for the proper extraction during the French pressing. Alright, so we're going to turn the scale on with the French press on the scale. Okay, we're going to change it from the lovable pound to the useless kilogram and gram. Since everybody has a tablespoon, I'm going to use a tablespoon. Not sure where we got these. This is kind of the funniest looking tablespoon ever, but probably came from Aldi or something. So we're going to do about 2 cups in the French press. So for each 2 cups, I like to use about 14 grams of coffee. For us Americans, that's about 3/8 of an ounce. So 14 grams. And then what you do is you turn around and you fill up the French press with another 250 grams of water. So the total weight would be 264 grams. If you can hit it right on, you're a better water pourer than I am. So we're pretty close. We're at 277. And then what you do is you put the top on it and you let it steep for 4 minutes. Alright, the magical beep. So, when you hear the magical beep, what you're going to do is take and gently press top down. You see the beautiful froth. Look at that lovely, 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 lovely froth. And every French press is a little bit different, but they all have some sort of straining mechanism that you'll rotate around. And then you pour out your delicious cup of coffee. And there you go. Voila. You got a great mug. This one courtesy of our dear Holly. Delicious. Okay, so we've moved on to the AeroPress. One of the things I really like about the AeroPress, it gives you the same quality deep extraction sort of coffee experience that you get from French press. You don't have all that mess. So what we have here, we have the AeroPress. It's basically like a giant syringe. We have a filter holder, and there's like 11 million filters in there. So really good for anybody that drinks a lot of coffee like we do. So what you do, put a filter in the little cap that goes on the bottom. You screw the cap onto the bottom of the AeroPress. Set it over the cup. So the AeroPress comes with its own scoop that you can carry in your carrying case, which I don't think ours ever goes in the carrying case. But what I love about this is even though it has 7 grams on it, it also says 0.25 ounces per cups. So a little nod to the Americans there. So we're going to do, let's do 2 cups. So we take one of these for 1 cup and 2 of these for 2 cups. So now what you do, very simple, you pour the water in, up to the 2 cup level. Now what they suggest is you stir it around like so, and you can kind of hear it kind of going through, and you just push it the rest of the way with the plunger. So there's no steeping there. Just kind of stir it in. But what I really like the best about the AeroPress Follow me over here to the trash can. As you unscrew it. Look at that. All of the coffee just pops right out. Yeah, I might have missed the trash can. But it's much, much easier to clean than the French press. Then you just come over the sink and you rinse it off. And there it is. But you still get that same delicious experience as the French press without the mess. So, thank you very much for tuning in to Coffee Corner. It's been a fantastic experience. Happy Easter, everyone, and we will see you next week.
These boots are made for walking. That's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.